My wife cheated on me with her boss and begged me not to expose her. But I sent everything to his wife, her friends, and the whole firm. Now she's jobless, alone, and completely destroyed. My name is Adele, and for a long time, I thought I had a perfect life. I had a good job, a nice home, and a wife I truly loved. Her name was Mary. She was smart, confident, and beautiful. We had been together for years, and I thought we were strong. I thought we were a team, fighting life's battles side by side. But sometimes, life doesn't show you the cracks until it's too late. And by the time I realized what was really going on, everything had already started falling apart behind my back. At first, it was just a feeling. A small voice in my head that something was off. Mary wasn't acting like herself anymore. She still said she loved me, still smiled, still gave me a kiss before work, but it all felt fake. Her eyes didn't shine like before. Her voice felt cold, distant. It was like I was living with a stranger who was pretending to be my wife. I tried to ignore it. I told myself she was just tired, maybe stressed from work. I even blamed myself, thinking maybe I wasn't doing enough. So I did what any loving husband would do. I tried harder. I planned little surprises, took her out on dates, bought her flowers, asked about her day. But nothing worked. She just smiled that same fake smile and said, "I'm fine." And even though she pretended everything was normal, I could feel the distance growing every day. I didn't know what was wrong, but I could tell something was broken between us. Something I couldn't see, but I could feel it deep in my bones. Then one day everything changed. It was a normal evening. She had come home from work and left her phone on the couch like always. It was almost dead, so I plugged it in for her without thinking. But when I did, the screen lit up and I saw a message. It was from someone named Caleb. The message was flirty. Too flirty. My heart sank. I knew that name. Caleb was her boss. The same guy she always called just a mentor. I didn't want to jump to conclusions, but I had to know. My hands were shaking as I opened the chat. What I saw made my stomach turn. There were messages, hundreds of them, full of dirty talk, plans to meet in hotels, jokes about me being too busy to notice. I couldn't breathe. My chest felt tight. This wasn't just a flirtation. This was an affair. A full, ongoing affair with her boss, someone she saw every single day at work. My world shattered in that moment. Everything I thought I knew about Mary, about us, about my marriage, it was all a lie. I sat there staring at that screen for what felt like hours, reading every message, watching my heart get crushed over and over. And the worst part? She had no idea I knew. She was in the kitchen making dinner, humming like nothing was wrong, while I was sitting in the living room holding the proof that my wife had betrayed me. I didn't say anything that night. I sat there at the dinner table, pretending everything was fine while my mind was screaming inside. Mary was talking about her day, about some big meeting she had at work, and I just nodded like I was listening. But my heart was broken, and my mind was somewhere else entirely. Every time she smiled, I saw those messages. Every time she mentioned her boss, I wanted to explode, but I kept it in. Not because I was weak, but because I needed time. I needed a plan. If she could hide an affair, then I could hide the fact that I knew. For days I acted normal. I said, "I love you" back. I made coffee in the morning. I even slept in the same bed as her, knowing that she had spent her lunch break the day before in a hotel room with another man. It was killing me inside. But I was watching, listening, gathering every bit of proof I could. Screenshots of their messages, photos, dates, everything. And the more I found, the worse it got. She wasn't just cheating. She was in love with him. She said things to him that she hadn't said to me in years. Then one night I finally broke. She was sitting on the couch laughing at something on her phone. I asked her, calmly, "Are you happy with me?" She looked at me, a little confused, and said, "Of course I am. Why would you ask that?" And I just stared at her. I wanted to scream. I wanted to ask her how she could look me in the eyes and lie so easily. But I just said, "Because I know." Her face changed instantly. The color drained from her skin, and her phone slipped from her hand. She tried to deny it at first. She said it was a misunderstanding, that Caleb was just flirting, that she never meant for it to go that far. But I showed her the screenshots. I told her every detail. I watched her realize that she was caught, completely, and then she started to cry. She begged me not to tell anyone, said it would destroy her career, said Caleb was married too, and if I exposed them, it would ruin his life. But at that moment, I felt nothing for her. No pity, no love, just cold silence. She thought I'd just walk away quietly, that I'd be the good husband who took the pain and let her keep her life intact. But she forgot who I was. She forgot that I'm a man who never betrays, but never forgives a betrayal either. So I sent everything to Caleb's wife first. Every message, every photo, every hotel booking. She deserved to know. Then I sent everything to the HR department at their company. I didn't even write a note. Just let the screenshots speak for themselves. What happened after that was almost instant. Caleb was fired within a week. Mary was asked to resign, and when she refused, they made a public statement about professional misconduct. Her friends at work turned their backs on her. Her reputation was gone. And as for me, I walked away. I filed for divorce, blocked her on everything, and started over. She tried to contact me after that. Sent long emails about how she was sorry, about how she missed me, about how she made a mistake. But I never replied, because I had already moved on. A few months passed, and honestly, I felt like I could breathe again. First, it was hard. I won't lie and say I didn't feel the pain. You don't spend years loving someone and just forget overnight. There were nights I sat alone, wondering how everything fell apart. But each day, the pain became lighter. Each morning, the silence felt more peaceful. And with every step forward, I started remembering who I was before she broke me. Strong, focused, loyal. I went back to the gym, started going out with friends again. I focused on my work, took trips I had postponed for years, and most of all, I found myself again. One day, out of nowhere, she showed up at my apartment. I don't know how she knew where I lived, but there she was, standing at my door with tear-streaked eyes, looking like a ghost of her former self. She was thinner, her hair messy, her clothes wrinkled. I almost didn't recognize her. She said, "Please, Adele, I have nothing left." She told me Caleb's wife had left him, that he moved away, and no one would hire her because her reputation was ruined. She said she had lost everything. But I still have you, right? That's when I realized just how broken she was, and just how whole I had become. I looked her in the eye and said calmly, "You lost me the moment you chose him." She started crying, dropping to her knees, saying she would do anything to fix things, that she'd go to therapy, that she'd wait as long as it took. But it was too late. I helped her stand up, told her I forgave her for my own peace, but I'd never let her back into my life. She was a chapter one had already closed. As she walked away that day, I didn't feel angry. I didn't feel victorious. I just felt free. Sometimes, the people you love the most are the ones who hurt you deepest. But that doesn't mean you let them stay. Sometimes the best revenge is simply rebuilding your life so strong, so full, that they can never be a part of it again. And that's exactly what I did. So if you're reading this and you've been betrayed, remember this. You deserve honesty. You deserve loyalty. And if someone can't give you that, don't fight for them. Fight for yourself. Walk away with dignity. Heal. Rise. And one day when they come back crying, you'll smile because you won't need them anymore. Like and subscribe if you felt that pain and power. And remember, some endings are just the beginning of something greater.